Welcome to the Brie Pod. I'm here with me, Brie. So, last week was my birthday, and guess what? This week is Jeremy's birthday, my husband, and he is turning 34, or turned 34. And so today, this episode is dedicated to him. Um, Even though we do have a lot of subjects to discuss very soon, especially with the recent Roe versus Wade overturn. Now, I'm not I gotta be straight. I hate politics. I hate them. I know that it is what decides our lives in many ways, but I've always hated them. I've never affiliated with a specific party, except in the case of being able to vote. And yes, we will have to have an episode on that because it does affect women's health. And as you know, I'm an advocate for women and women's health, mental health, infertility, fertility. So we will be discussing it, but this particular episode is dedicated to Jeremy since it is his birthday. So let's get to it. Uh, as many of you know, Jeremy and I met actually at Bible camp, but we did not really think of each other in anything really. We never saw a relationship of any kind. Didn't think that we would be together. Really thought he was kind of annoying. But then, go ahead all these years of adventures and exploring, and it's been crazy, and now we're having a son. So it's wild to think that back in, I want to say 2015, no, 2013, that we'd really started hanging out and actually getting to know each other. And then finding that, I felt that he is my soulmate. I love living life with him, and I'm very excited to see like where life goes, especially now with our son and our fur baby. And I know that I kind of like skateboarded, skated past a lot of timing of when we met and stuff, but really the whole thing is just sending love to the man that has really helped me see a lot in life that I didn't think I'd ever see. Prior to him, I was not in the best relationships. I was not making the best decisions on choosing a partner back then because I didn't know what my worth was. I'm not going to say that I found my worth in my husband because I feel that that is a bit uh, too much credit. It's not to say he doesn't deserve any credit, but you have to also give yourself credit in a lot of things that you do when it comes to relationships. And for myself, um, there was like a shift. I remember having this shift after the second relationship that like knocked me to the ground. And I remember thinking like, this is unacceptable. This is not what I want. Um, and then next thing you know, Jeremy was put into my life. And yes, I was not fully healed, but I was able to learn through the, I want to say, the steps of love with him, what real love was. And it took a lot of trust exercises in a way. Not necessarily that we had to make the exercises, but just like a lot of things that needed to be done to help it work and to help it grow. And um, I'm very happy that he took the time with me, especially with how afraid I was and fearful. And always waiting for the chaos, always waiting for the shoe to drop. And he has always been so patient and so loving. And that is what I needed because I didn't really have patience in the previous relationships. There was a lot of chaos. There was a lot of all over the place. I mean, the first one was scary, and the second one was a serial cheater. So, and I put my worth on his cheating, which is, I later learned that it's not the way to look at life or go about it. Uh, with that being said, I am just very grateful to have um, met Jeremy and have him in my life and be able to do this life with him. Um, I, yeah, he is such a sweet man. And so, anyway, the plans for his birthday is he has to work, which isn't shocking. He has to work, usually during the week, he works a lot of hours. So, for the weekend, we're hoping to go to Cirque du Soleil that's here in Oregon, but I'm not sure about if the tickets will be available or not because I was waiting on which seats he would like to be in, but we might go see Cirque du Soleil. I bought this cake that is the cutest cake I've ever seen. It is basically shaped as a cappuccino cup with coffee inside, or like that's the look of it. And then the taste is it's supposed to be a cappuccino espresso coffee cake. And if you know Jeremy, he has two loves when it comes to well, three really when it comes to adventuring. It's learning new food from all different cultures, tasting and trying it all. Coffee. He is obsessed with coffee, but not the type of coffee that most people that I know drink. He's more so into like the blackest coffee, nothing in it, and the bitter, the better. So he is a coffee enthusiast in a way. And then he also loves to try different beer from all over the breweries that we see or find in the different states. So those are his three biggest loves. So hopefully this weekend we'll be able to touch on a couple of them. And I'm excited for that cake because he is going to love it. So that is the plan for this weekend. We have been setting up and getting ready for the baby each week, or I should say each weekend, getting the room prepared. We've been doing all the blood work needed, going to the appointments. I have 7 appointments until I have the due date that's gonna arrive. So that's crazy to think that we're that close. And I think I'm down to like, I want to say double digit days in the 80s. I think we're like in 80 days now. Hold on. Let me check my handy dandy little app here that has been really showing me the progress of our baby. This Friday, he will be the size of a butternut squash. Right now, he is the size of an eggplant. And oh, wow. Oh my gosh. Okay. We're at 79 days, but when I hit Friday, will be 77 days left. And obviously, that's if, he were to come on time. And then I think at 34 weeks, which is August 9th or something like that, Jeremy and I will be able to go and see what he looks like again. And they'll be able to tell us the weight, as well as when they think he will come, or an idea of it. As many of you know, they'll give you an idea of when he's dating at with measurements. and we'll go from there. So it's crazy to think that we're getting so close. My body is absolutely feeling it. Poor Jeremy. Uh, I should since this episode is really highlighting my sweet, beautiful man. To highlight him the most, I would say that he is an amazing support and cheerleader when it comes to helping me. He has seen me cry in pain. He had and helped me as best as he can. Um, Jeremy is the type of person that wants to, if he can, have a solution for if there's an issue. And sometimes it's very hard to have a solution um, because sometimes there's just not a solution. So with that being said, um, what he does is if he can't get a solution, he'll just try to help as best as possible. And really, it's so nice to have um, that support. Ow, sorry, that support system, uh, because it can be very intense. I mean, all of these changes are so new. It's so different. Like, there's no joke when they say that this is uncharted waters, uh, that I've never been on before. There's so many different changes that happen every time. Um, the new week comes, a new change comes, and it's a change for my husband as well because, he's not used to um, all these changes happening. So it's crazy. Uh, it's crazy just going through this and learning the different aspects of being pregnant. So, and it kind of scares me the closer we get because I'm just worried, like, am I gonna survive giving birth? Is the pain gonna hurt so bad that I'm like on my knees begging? I just get worried. I always think way too deep. Um, but Jeremy is such a beautiful support system. He asks the questions, reminds me to ask questions that I need to ask when we see our midwife. Because a lot of times I'll go in there and I'll be like, yes, I forgot my question because of pregnancy brain. Not because I didn't write down, but because of pregnancy brain. So I have to go through and then, go through it. So it's been a journey. Oh, I do have an update on my teeth. I know this is supposed to be all about Jerry, but I will say he's a big supporter. He's loving. He helps me with all of this stuff, especially mentally, physically, emotionally. And unfortunately, not unfortunately, I'm sure he'll be fine with it, but soon he's gonna have to help me shower because I can barely stand in the shower with the pain that I have right now. And I don't have a chair that I can put in the shower. So he's going to have to be the support system to help me in the shower now. So this is our life. But anyway, I do have an update on my teeth, the road to jaw surgery. Basically, I am on the road to get the bottom braces now. So they had to start with the top because the way that my teeth sit are kind of weird. And had they tried to put the bottom um, braces on at the same time as the top, the I can't remember if it's the bottom would have crushed the top. No, it would have had to be the top braces would have crushed the bottom braces, or the top teeth would have something along those lines that wouldn't have been helpful in any manner at all. So, um, so with that being said, um, we had to do a little bit of not we the orthodontist had to sit down and make a plan back when we first started. And so her plan was we'll start with the top teeth, we'll get them moving, and then later we'll bring in the bottom teeth. So now we're here. It's crazy to think that we're actually here. When did we begin this? Like February 22nd, and we're in June, And now we're at we're going to be in July when we get the bottom braces, but we're not at that next step. So yesterday I went for an appointment. They had to put in a mold so that they can give me a retainer. The retainer is going to help bring the teeth where they need to be at the top, and then the bottom teeth will get the braces. And this is all happening, I believe, on July 9th or 19th. I'm gonna look it up. Look at this is what happens when you forget. It's July. Wow. July 14th. So July 14th, the retainer will be all done. So they'll put that in my mouth. It is a removable retainer, so I'll have to take it out and basically put it in every day. And then after that, uh, they'll put on, they'll give me the retainer that day. They'll put on the bottom braces, and then I'll be fully braced out. So we're really on a good roll. I'm gonna ask them then. Well, I probably shouldn't ask them yet because they're going to need to check and make sure that the bottom teeth are moving the way that they want them to. And once they do, it'll be great. We will be on the road to success, hopefully. So it's very exciting to have all these changes occur. And it's very exciting to, see what's going to happen. Am I scared to death for the surgery? Absolutely. I've been scared since the beginning of this for the surgery, but I think it's just like with the pregnancy, it's just seeing that my body's going to be okay and I'm going to get through it. Um, and I have a beautiful support system all around. So it should happen nicely. But yeah, it's been something. It's kind of scary. I'm not gonna lie. Um, but it's gonna be all worth it in the end. And I've already noticed the change in my smile. Um, I feel like every time I get every time I get any kind of change with what they do with my mouth and my teeth, you can tell there's a huge difference, especially when you put the side by sides of where I was to where I am now. There's so much change going on. And then to add that extra bit with the jaw surgery, I think is going to be really perfect with aligning everything. So yeah, so that is the update on my teeth, the update on baby Liam, and he's doing well. We heard his heartbeat. We're excited to be able to see him in August. So a lot of things coming up the next few months. And today is such a special day because the man of my dreams it's his birthday. So this episode is dedicated to my husband. I wish you a happy birthday, my love. And then very soon we will be going and diving deep into the topics that need our light shed on upon it. Just note this though, that when we do talk about Roe versus Wade or any very sensitive topic, um, I do not come in here to attack people or to make people feel less than. I will always come in with love and grace as well as information that have statistics and facts. I'm I'm not someone that's going to go after people. I'm not saying I'm just it's not the way that I roll. The main goal when we do talk about this is in the support of women and our health. And just from a different, I guess, kind of perspective than what you see on Facebook, where you'll see, I feel like Facebook is very aggressive. Um, but I know that sometimes some people have to be a little bit aggressive. So I'm not, I'm not saying that that's bad for other people. Just for me, I have a way that I prefer to go about it. So we will be talking about these topics very soon. and continuing to share the journey for my teeth and baby Liam. And I really appreciate you guys continuing to follow the Brepod. And hopefully, I think I'll be checking back after September because I want to wait till I have my son, but I'm be checking back probably a couple months after if I'm gonna bring back the text messages because I think the text messages were really nice. I just need to see what you guys think of them, which basically it was that every Wednesday I would send out a text message of with kind of like a positive mantra or saying and it would just be once a week. It wasn't to sell anything. It was really just to share a little bit of light every week because I know that with all the heavy stuff that goes on, it can be very intense. And sometimes you need a little bit more light than dark. So we will discuss all this soon. Thanks again. As many of you know, I must end with this because I believe it with all my heart and soul. You are loved, you are worthy, you are cherished, and I